So the next formal element is texture. Now texture, it's the way that something looks or feels. Texture, it describes the surface quality of something. So for example, with this biro pen, the surface quality is, it's very smooth, very slick. Whereas the surface quality of this wiry sculpture is that it's quite spiky. It is smooth in places, but it also has spiky areas and bumpy areas. So when we're drawing textures, we're going to have to use a range of different marks in order to create the way that it looks like it feels. So for example, if I was doing something that was hairy or sort of fluffy, I might use little tiny lines. Maybe I'm drawing a feather, and I know that the edges of feathers are really delicate, so my pencil line is going to get really light and delicate too. Maybe some of those little feather lines, they go in different directions. They might be a bit firmer in the middle, so I might press harder with my pencil, and they might be a little bit softer on the edge, so I'm going to press lightly with my pencil. I might even fluff it up a little bit and smudge it a little bit to look softer. So think about how you're using your pen or your pencil or whatever you're using to draw with. So there we have a fluffy texture. Now the next one, I might pick something, for example, that is sandy. I might not use lines. If it's sandy and gritty, I might use a little dots to give the impression of something that's sandy and gritty. And I'm just going to label these textures. Sandy and fluffy. Now maybe the next one is something that's spiky or flaky. So it might have little bits missing on it. So I'm going to use different weight lines to suggest that it's broken in places. And maybe some of my shapes and marks, I might use my pencil in different ways to make different textures. So for example, this is a little bit of maybe paint that's flaked away from a wall. Now I might want to create a texture that is like a liquid, and it's wet and it's smooth. So I might want to just use some lines and not too much mark making. Now I might want to create a rough texture, maybe something that is perhaps like wooden. I might even look at the grain of the wood using different weight lines again. Sometimes wood have it's got like little knots in it where there was branches, so I might start to use some of those patterns and textures. And there we go, I've got a rough texture. I might want to draw something that is maybe prickly like a branch. Oh, this might even look like something that's cracked. Use the images on your table and see how many different textures you can come up with and draw. If you feel like you can, invent some of your own textures and see how you can be imaginative with a pencil and creating them textures, using different marks, lines, shapes.